English Reader, Class 7th. Chapter 2, Packing for the Journey. Making the list and getting together to pack. The three friends make a list of things to take, then gather on Friday evening to pack. They arrange a big bag for clothes and hampers for food and cooking utensils. Everything is piled in the middle of the floor while they sit around looking at it, before Jay volunteers to do the packing himself.
I said I would do the packing, for I take a pride in my packing. They accepted the suggestion with a readiness that was irritating. I did not want them to just sit there, I wanted to boss them around.
The story of the lazy lodger. Jay recalls a man he once lived with who would loll on the sofa for hours, watching Jay work and following him with his eyes. The man claimed watching Jay work made him feel life was a serious duty rather than an idle dream, and that he couldn't imagine managing before he had someone to watch while he worked. Jay begins packing the bag. Jay insists he isn't lazy like that man and can't bear watching others slave while he does nothing. It's his energetic nature. He starts packing, and it takes longer than expected, but he finally finishes and straps the bag shut, sitting on it to close it properly. The forgotten boots. Harris casually asks if the boots are going in, and Jay realizes he's forgotten them entirely. Naturally, Harris only mentions this after the bag is shut and strapped. George's laughter at the mishap infuriates Jay, who has to reopen the bag and pack the boots in. The toothbrush obsession. Just before closing the bag again, Jay panics over whether he's packed his toothbrush, a recurring anxiety when he travels. He describes dreaming about forgetting it, waking in a sweat, and typically packing it before use, then having to unpack and repack it repeatedly until the last moment. The search and final repacking. Jay empties everything out searching for the toothbrush, creating total chaos, and finds George's and Harris' toothbrushes repeatedly but not his own, until he discovers it inside a boot. He repacks once more, then has to reopen the bag again after packing his tobacco pouch by mistake, finally shutting it at 10:50 p.m. Harris and George take over, the cup and jam disaster. With the bag done, Harris and George tackle the hampers, starting cheerfully to show Jay how it's done. They immediately break a cup, then Harris packs strawberry jam on top of a tomato and squashes it, forcing them to dig the tomato out with a teaspoon. The butter fiasco. George steps on the butter, and their nervous fumbling only makes things worse. After scraping it off his slipper, they try stuffing it into the kettle, then leave it on a chair, where Harris promptly sits on it. The two search the whole room arguing over where it went before finally finding it stuck to Harris and packing it into the teapot. Montmorency's mischief. The dog Montmorency contributes to the chaos throughout, since his ambition is to get in everyone's way and be scolded. He sits on wanted items, sticks his nose out for attention, plays with teaspoons, and pretends the lemons are rats, killing 3 before Harris can hit him with the frying pan. Packing completed. The packing finally finishes at 12:50 a.m. Harris sits on the hamper hoping nothing inside is broken, while George philosophically decides that whatever's broken is already broken. Satisfied, they head upstairs to bed, with Harris staying over for the night.